You open your statement and there's a fee on it you don't recognize, $15. Under it, one quiet line in smaller type, interest charged from the day of the transaction, not from your due date that day. So you scroll back through the month looking for the moment you took money out of a machine and you didn't. You never touched an ATM, not once. Here's the part nobody tells you. You don't have to. You can pay a cash advance fee without ever taking out cash, because cash advance doesn't mean what you think it means. It isn't one thing, it's three. Three different prices wearing the same name. Which one you used decides whether this cost you nothing or hundreds. By the end, you'll know exactly which one you're looking at, and never pay for the wrong one by mistake. If that fee has ever caught you, take a breath. You're not careless, you're not bad with money. You just walk through one of three doors that all wear the same sign. One you open yourself, one a shop or an app opens for you without telling you, and one that's actually cheaper than your credit card, if you know what you're looking at. By the end of this, you'll spot all three on site, you'll know which one you control, and you'll know the quiet bank trick that keeps you paying the most expensive one the longest. And before we start, so you know where I stand, no affiliate links, no sponsors, nothing for sale, nobody pays me whichever door you end up using, just the math. Let's rethink what normal actually costs. So, door one, the one on your credit card and the one everybody thinks is the whole story. Here's the bit that makes everything else click. A cash advance isn't a purchase, it's a loan. When you buy something, your bank pays the shop for you and you settle up at month end. That's why you get a grace period in about 21 days, and if you pay in full, you owe nothing extra. A cash advance is a different product wearing the same card. You're not buying anything on what the bank is handing you money, so it's treated as short-term borrowing. A small loan against your limit. Picture it like this. Using your card normally is driving your own car. A cash advance is the day it won't start, and you call a tow truck. The tow truck charges a hookup fee before it moves a meter. That's your cash advance fee, usually 3 to 5% of what you take. It bills from the second it connects, no free first kilometer. That's interest from the day the money moves, no grace period at all. And it costs more per kilometer than driving yourself. Purchases sit around 20.99%, cash advances 22.99 to 27.99, real number, take out $500, pay it back a month later, $15 in fees, about $9.50 in interest, call it $25 for 1 month, the same $500 spent normally paid in full, nothing. And here's what the tow truck really teaches you. Nobody calls one because it's a nice day. You call one when you're properly stuck and everything else is worse. That's the right slot for a cash advance, or not a payment method, an emergency service that happens to live inside a card you use casually. That's price tag 1. Hold on to it. The next 2, hide it. Now that first door is the honest one because you're the one who opens it. This is cash on purpose, pulling money out at an ATM with your credit card, asking a teller for it, or moving money from the card into your checking account. Same rules every time, a fee, a higher rate, and the meter from day one. But you chose it, so it's the one you can simply not do. There's almost always a cheaper door, and we'll get to it. One thing here surprises nearly everyone. Your cash advance limit isn't your whole credit limit. It's usually a small slice of it. So a card with a big limit might only let you pull a few hundred in actual cash. The bank decided a long time ago how much cash it trusts you with. And it's a fair bit less than you'd reckon, right? That's the door you open. Now the dangerous one, the door somebody else opens for you. This is the one you don't open. Something else opens it for you, and you only find out on the statement. Every transaction carries a hidden code that tells your bank what kind of purchase it was, and some things get coded not as a purchase, but as cash-like, which means the same hard rules as real cash. A fee, a higher rate, and no grace period. 3 big ones catch almost everyone. Buying lottery tickets, buying crypto, and money transfers, and the kind you'd use to send money to family through services like Wise or Western Union. Lotto, crypto, transfers, all of them can land as a cash advance. Now the honest part, it doesn't happen every time with every service. It depends on the service and on your card. And that's exactly the trap. You can't tell by looking. You find out afterwards. Picture it, rent week, money's thin. You send $500 home through a transfer app on your card, planning to clear it on payday. You think you made a payment. Your card read it as cash, a fee, and interest running from that day. You didn't gamble. You didn't hit a machine. You helped your family and you got charged like you took cash out of one. And if nobody's ever laid this out for you plainly, that's the whole point of this channel. Real money math for people building a life in Canada. No sponsors, no links. Subscribe and stick around, because the next trick is the one that costs people the most and hardly anyone knows it. So the rule for this door: before you send money, load a wallet or buy crypto on a credit card and assume it could be cash-like, and check first. Check, don't assume. Now the third door, and this one flips the whole video. Door 3 also says cash advance, but it works in a completely different way. And here's the surprise: it's often cheaper than your credit card. There's a whole set of Canadian apps now advertising a cash advance, small amounts fast before payday, and most of them charge no interest at all. Sit with that for a second. Your credit card runs that 20-something% meter from day one. These apps, zero. So the scary sounding cash advance on an app can genuinely cost you less than the one your own bank sells you. Same two words, opposite price. So where's their money? Not a hidden interest rate. It's a small fee to get your money instantly, or a monthly membership, or a tip. That's the real cost. Read that, not the word free. And millions of Canadians use these now. So if you have, you're not alone. The only mistake is not reading the fee. One of them even reports your on-time payments to the credit bureau, so it can build your score while it lends. If you're new here with thin credit, that's worth knowing. So look at the three doors together. The card one, expensive. The coded one, a trap. The app one, often the cheapest of the lot. The word told you nothing. The price tag told you everything. Now here's the bit that made me want to make this video, because even people who know all that still get caught by this one. Say you've got a $2,000 balance. Most of it is normal purchases, but $400 of it is a cash advance, the most expensive money on the card. You make a payment. Common sense says it should kill the most expensive debt first, right? Outside Quebec, it usually doesn't. Most big Canadian banks split your payment across everything you owe. If the cash advance is 1/5 of what you owe, only about 1/5 of your payment goes to it, even though it's the piece charging you the most. So the most expensive debt on your card gets paid off the slowest. It just sits there, meter running. That's how a small cash advance quietly becomes a big one. Save this one, because there's a way to beat it. Pay more than the minimum. Anything above the minimum, most banks throw at your highest rate balance first. So that's the money that actually kills the cash advance. The minimum barely touches it. One exception. If you're in Quebec, the law's on your side. Payments have to go at the highest rate debt first. Everywhere else in Canada, you're on your own. So pay above the minimum and aim it, right? So what do you actually do about all this? Here's the ladder. No pitch, just the ladder. Door 1 rents the cash you pull yourself. If you genuinely need cash, a line of credit is almost always cheaper, lower rate, and no fee just to take it out. A card cash advance sits near the bottom rung, not the top. Door 2, the coded one. Before you send money, load a wallet or buy crypto on a credit card. Check how it'll be charged, or just fund it from your checking account instead. One question before you tap saves you the whole mess. Too easy. Door 3, the app. It might really be your cheapest option. Just read the real cost, the membership and the transfer fee, not the word free. And don't let before payday quietly become every payday. And if you're carrying a cash advance right now, this is the one that matters. Pay above the minimum, so it actually gets aimed at that balance. One more that surprises people: a balance transfer isn't a cash advance, but it sits in that same expensive bucket. Cash advance rates, no grace period. There's a smart way to do those, and that's a whole video of its own. So let me land the lot. So next time a statement says cash advance, don't ask, how much did this cost me? ask, which price tag did I just buy? Because now you can tell. The card one, the coded one, the app one, same word, 3 prices, and you'll never read it the same way again. That's worth a subscribe. That fee that blindsided you, it was never random, and it was never you being careless. You were using a word that means 3 different things, and nobody told you which one you'd picked. Now you know. I'm not a licensed advisor. I'll show you the math. What you do with it is on you. And if this found you, because you're already carrying one, a balance that's costing you, next week's for you. The best balance transfer cards in Canada, head to head. The cheapest way to lift that expensive debt somewhere it stops growing. It lands Wednesday. Don't trust the word. Read the price tag. Cheers, mate, and take care of that money.